Did you take a bounce back loan but didn't borrow enough? Well, I've got some great news for you. Watch on. As a business accountant, my team and I spend all day long helping business owners on their journey. As you can imagine, through coronavirus, that journey's been very much a roller coaster. And as we're recording this during lockdown 2.0, as it's known, there have been various additional measures announced from the government to help you through this period. And one of those is that the bounce back loan scheme is available to be topped up. So if you didn't take the maximum amount on your loan, there is potential to borrow more. Now, this is really quite exciting. I think the bounce back loans have been one of the most impactful measures the government's announced. In fact, at the time of recording, I think they've lent around 40 billion on this scheme. So it's been very widely used. Now, before we get into the detail, if you like this video, make sure to click the subscribe button below so you get notified whenever we release another one just like it. So for those of you who have never heard what a bounce back loan is, it's an amazing scheme that allows you to borrow money. Now, normally borrowing money is not particularly exciting. Not a lot of people have got an appetite for taking on a load of debt, especially if your prospects as a business is looking down. However, this scheme is very different in that the repayments and the way it works are very attractive to get you through this tough time. Now, we've done other videos and there's blogs on our website and things, so check those out. I'm sure we'll link some up here shortly. But if you haven't heard of the scheme, just in brief, you borrow money up to 50,000 or 25% of your turnover, whichever is lower, and that could be estimated turnover. You borrow that money, it comes into your bank, it's applied for via your online banking. It's all done that way. There's no way of anyone else doing it. It has to be you on your online banking. So you borrow the money, it comes in the bank, and then they don't ask for any repayment for a year. And the interest in that year one at 2.5% is actually paid by a government grant. So it's paid, you don't have to worry about it. So it's interest free year one, and then you pay it down over the next 5. They've also recently announced that you can have some interest free payment periods, which would make it ridiculously low repayments. And you can also have a payment break. Again, there's more videos on this elsewhere. So check those out. But it's a brilliant scheme if you need that money. One of the difficulties we've seen online and with people commenting in and around our social media channels is that there is still a problem with some banks getting it to you. I think people are having various different experiences. Some people, it's amazing, you get it really, really quick. Some people are having to jump through a lot of hoops. Often what we found actually is the answer is your information's not right somewhere. So if you've got a limited company, it might be you haven't filed something you should have, or the shareholder information doesn't match what the bank's got. So they can be little things, but do persevere. Don't just throw your arms up and say, oh, well, I can't get it, because I've seen multiple stories. My Instagram DMs get hit up all the time with people telling me about their bounce back loans. And the majority of the time, they haven't gone through that extra step and asked, why? Why is it? What is it? What's wrong? And keep persevering. And the majority of those people end up getting their loan eventually. The biggest challenge has been if you don't have a business bank with somebody, or you've got a business bank with somebody that doesn't do the BBL scheme, the bounce back loan scheme, it can be really difficult. And that is a massive challenge at the moment. The best we're seeing is there's an interest list you can log on to on Starling Bank at the moment. I think throughout this coronavirus lockdown, although they get a bit of stick like any other bank, they actually have seemed to have dealt with the majority of being able to carry on opening bank accounts and everything because of the way they're set up, which has been really, really good. We've seen tons of new business come through our door in terms of new businesses setting up, and nearly all of them are ending up with Starling Bank because that's the easiest thing to do right now during lockdown. And they have got an interest list that you can log on to try and get access to a bounce back loan if you haven't got it. So that's one thing in the background. But in terms of the announcement, you're able to top this loan up. So what a lot of people did early doors is when it was announced, they were first Johnny on the spot, quickly got their bounce back loan, thought, oh, I'll just borrow $6,000, it'll get me through. Didn't realise the impact of the lockdown, and then of course this subsequent lockdown, and need to borrow more. Now the bounce back loan was a one-time wonder thing. You couldn't go and do it one day and then top it up at all, and that was a big frustration. Luckily the government have seen that frustration and it's not realistic, and they've allowed you to top up. So as we're recording this video now, the majority of banks, you can now log on and go and apply for that via a simple online form. So there's no real complication as there was with the actual original process. So you just do it. Again, same problem in that it can't be done by anyone else for anti-fraud reasons, so you do need to go and do it yourself. There's no point messaging me, as I know a lot of people did, saying, can we organise it? No, it needs to be something that you organise yourself via your bank. So go and do that. Simple form. Couple of small practical points. Some banks are auto-filling what you put in last time with regards to your turnover. Now, that can cause problems if you subsequently had a pretty good time and your turnover's changed, or you feel like it's changed, or you think you got it wrong the first time. Unfortunately, there's not much you can do about that. It's kind of anti-fraud measure. And I have heard instances where people actually want to put their turnover down just because they realised it wasn't realistic the first time, or whatever the reason is. But that is often going to be coming across, and some banks therefore already know what the max you can top up is. And I think that's quite good in a way, because you might have forgotten. You might have forgotten what you put in the rush to get the first one. So that's all out there and there. But it's a simple application form and you'll be able to go and do it. And that's it for now. So let us know in the comments how you got on it, and if you have had some experiences, good or bad. It's good to share it with the community, because I know there's a lot of people that have been struggling to get these, and there's also some amazing success stories where they turn up really quick. So if you've enjoyed this video, please do share it, like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.